Walk into any classroom on campus and you can probably tell to a certain extent what a teacher likes. For Swapna Gardner, it's Harry Potter, and for Ben Manning, it's Texas Tech. But when it comes to social studies teacher Haley Brown, there's no question as to what she likes. From mugs to posters, Brown is a Spider-Man Ultra fan. And when it came time to buy tickets for today's release of No Way Home, Brown ensured she wouldn't have to wait.
I'm beyond excited for the new one, and I am trying not to get my hopes up about anything. I'm trying to stay completely neutral, and just if I get a Spider-Man movie, I get a Spider-Man movie.
Joining the Redhawks staff this year, it wasn't long before Brown had decorated room C108 with all things Spider-Man. From comic book covers to a chair, Brown's love for the character started at a young age.
It started taking off then against her mother's desires and her what she wanted for Haley. She wanted her to be the princesses, you know, Ariel and Cinderella and all those, but Haley fought her tooth and nail and eventually became a Spider-Man fan. I think she still thinks she's going to marry Spider-Man to this day. It started at an early age, and it's been Spider-Man ever since as her main guy.
Over the years, her love for the character has only grown stronger.
In high school, she carried her Spider-Man blanket around to school. It was like her comfort, you know, her confidence builder, but she always carried her Spider-Man blanket. But then at college graduation, on the cap and gown, or the cap, you know, all the people have their little messages on top of their cap. She had a Spider-Man head on there. So it's like she is telling the world that her spider signal, that's who she is, and she still believes in Spider-Man. And I just think that the things she does, she's always got Spider-Man with her, whether it's a key ring or a sticker on her wallet or hanging from her car.
For boyfriend Jeremy Root, a Batman fan, Spider-Man reigns at home.
There's Spider-Man stuff all over my house. She has just as many comic books as I do, so it's everywhere, and there's constant reminders on every corner.
But the characters have had an influence on more than just her personality.
Mary Jane Watson has bright red hair, you know, as is noticeable. Miss Brown has, you know, bright red hair. And I think that, you know, not necessarily getting into the specifics of like the plot and the way that it's influential, all of these big ideas about, you know, bravery and responsibility and things like that. But I think, you know, what's been more noticeable is, you know, just loving something unapologetically without necessarily being obnoxious about it. I mean, you know, it kind of speaks for itself. You know, it won't be, you know, you have any conversation and Spider-Man has to come up. You know, it's just somebody who, you know, indulges in something that they love and something that they're passionate about the way anybody would.
My hair is not naturally this shade of red. There is a reason it is this shade of red, and she is, while Spider-Man is my all-time favorite comic book character, I love all of his memorabilia, she, especially considering myself as a woman, has really led me to become the person I am. She's influenced the way I dress, the way I act, and she especially reminds me to find joy in everything, because similar to Peter, she's faced a lot of adversity, a lot of hardship, and she just continues to love life and smile every day, and I love that about her.
But what may seem like a juvenile obsession to some is fueled by the strong values Brown recognizes in Spider-Man.
He's been an inspiration to me because he reminds me every day to, I mean, with great power comes great responsibility. And so everything that I am tasked with or I take on, I have to remember my responsibility to do my best and make sure that it's worth it for other people. And it's inspired me as a teacher as well. And in a lot of the comics and a lot of Spider-Man storylines, he actually does teach for a while. And it's always his philosophy, especially as a teacher, that people come first, even though he's one of the smartest people in the universe. He's always more concerned about his students and their well-being than do they know every single thing he could ever teach them. And that's really helped influence me as a teacher, remembering that people always come first. Academia comes second.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kirthi Gummadi.